Hey, welcome back. It's Eric Arnold, and I'm here to talk college football bowl games here in the Sports Barn. Well, some of you have been wondering where I've been. I guess we took a hiatus here of about 2 weeks. Just, really not a lot sports-wise going on. You're into the, that 2-week period there in December where all the meaningful college football games, save Army-Navy, are done. You're waiting for the bowl season to start. You've got non-conference college basketball going on, which is, let's face it, with the tournament in March, good games like Villanova-Baylor, that's exciting if you like college basketball and you like to see that. But at the end of the day, it just doesn't mean all that much because, let's say Villanova had beaten Baylor. That'd be a little nice feather in their cap, and they could say, yeah, we beat the defending champions. But if you go out in the second round in March, no one's really going to remember or care. So, March is when the money's on the table. So December's kind of, early mid-December's kind of sports-wise. But anyway, I am alive. I do exist, healthy. Sure, I know I got a nice Christmas card from Colonel Peter C. I call him Colonel because if the Big E followers, the Eric Arnold subscribers were an army, then Peter C. would be at the head of that army. Now, I think I used to be calling him General Peter C., but frankly, it's occurred to me that I don't think our subscribers are enough to have an army anymore that commands a general. Okay, we might have enough dudes, and it might be big enough that we have a colonel at the head of this outfit, but not a general. So for now, you're Colonel Peter C. I'll work on that. Maybe I won't work on that. Yeah, see, that's another thing is that these videos, they take time. And, I'm trying to find a formula that works for college basketball. So I want to give you winning picks. I don't want to just come out here and give you losing picks. And I think we've done that pretty successfully, frankly. Our college football record, 165 winners, 136 losers. That's 54.8% winners. I'll stack that up against damn near anybody. I think that's pretty good. We won in baseball. We were 26 units to the good during baseball. So we're trying to put winners out there for you. I think we have been doing that. In case you haven't noticed, and judging by the subscriber count, you haven't. We have been winning. But college basketball is still a little bit of a mystery to me. I got a few challenges that I won't go into. We're hitting that right now probably around 52%, as I practice. I am practicing. That's how I spend a lot of my time. I'm reviewing the card every day, and I'm watching some of the games, and I'm making, practice picks, and I'm trying real hard. And, maybe 52%. It's just, I'm close. One thing, and I try to give you people things that I think are relevant as far as how to handicap, things I'm trying to incorporate into my handicapping. Not just here's a name, and I like it because I like it. I'm trying to give you, what do they tell you? If you give a man a fish, that's his dinner for the day. But if you teach him to fish, whoa, now he doesn't need you anymore, I guess, and or something like that. So I'm trying to teach you people to fish. I'm finishing up the John Feinstein. He's a sports reporter. I think he wrote back in the day for the Washington Post, and I think he's probably retired now, or he's tangentially affiliated with ESPN. He's written book after book after book. He was the one that wrote the seminal college basketball book, Season on the Brink, with Bobby Knight back in the mid-'80s. Very good book. It gives you a behind the scenes view of what college basketball is all about. He wrote another book called Last Amateurs. That's the one I'm working on now. Sadly, I don't read as fast as I used to. And my reading is often not designed for this sort of thing. I read fast. I get the general gist of it. Well, I got to read this one slow because there's a lot of important details that apply to handicap and worked into the guts of the book. And you can't just blow through, okay, here's a page and a half, dissertation by one of the players and his biography. It's like, okay, I don't give a shit about that. But maybe buried in that page and a half of stuff might be a tip on, that's important. Maybe I need to think about that. And one thing I'm thinking about is how these teams travel in college basketball. That some of this travel is pretty onerous for these guys. Oh, now the phone's ringing. I forgot to shut it off. It's been 2 weeks and I forget to do simple things like turn the phone off. So we're probably not going to reshoot the video. We'll just leave it in, amateurish as that is. Now it's going to ring louder. Who is it exactly? I'm sure it's spam. Now it stopped ringing. Back to my point. Travel in the college basketball, I think you can kind of try to find spots where, all right, that team's down. They're tired. They're just mentally and physically tired. Getting on and off of airplanes takes it out of you. Wears you out. Same with bus rides. So some of these, it's a full schedule for these college athletes. They're trying to go to class. For me, when I was in college, class was pretty easy. I just found book test taking and book learning easy for me. That doesn't mean that I'm smarter than everyone else necessarily. It's just I'm smarter at that. You set a small engine in front of me, I'd be like, shit. But, you give me a test to take, hey, I'll ace that. I'm good at that. But so these kids, they got to take these tests. These are hard. This take up a lot of their time. Then they got to go to practice and do all this basketball stuff, which is like a full-time job, basically. So not a lot of time. And so kids in the teams get tired. So we're looking for those spots. That's what we're trying to, at the moment, that's what we're trying to incorporate into our handicapping with college basketball. I think what we're probably going to do is at some point we'll just restart these videos 2, 3, 4 a week. And I'm just going to give you names, basically. And if anything jumps out at me, I'll say, all right, here's why. But we're going to run through them fast because we're going to have a shitload of college basketball picks because there's a shitload of college basketball games. And that's part of our theory here in the Sports Barn is we want to give you volume. I think it would be much better to have 300 picks, which is about approximately what we had in college football. 300 picks. I think one of our good subscribers, Bruce, pointed out, it's like, shit, 40 games. It's like, that is a lot. But if you hit at 54%, that's 2, 3, 4 unit winners a weekend. That's worth doing. That's better than going 3 out of 5, which is 60%, and that's a higher winning percentage, but you're not making as much money. So, and then ultimately that's what it's about. At any rate, so we're looking for volume in college basketball and still having a winning percentage, making units. That's what it's all about. So we're getting close there. Otherwise, last 2 weeks just trying to stay afloat here in Joe Biden America. Let's go, Brandon. It's, going to the grocery store. Things have cost double what they used to cost last year. Gasoline here in Pennsylvania, that's up $1 a gallon from what it was last year. It's just, awful. Just awful. So I'm trying to make sure our budget is being met. That's part of what I've been doing is like, okay, how can we make money here in Joe Biden's America and we need to make sure our expenditures, which are now, 20, 30% more than they were last year, still fit within what we're making, which is, and I can only imagine what, blue collar America is going through, because, they don't have quite the resources, say I do, but, man, it's frustrating too, because this stuff didn't just happen. And the other thing I'm irritated about, and this kind of ties right into that, is apparently now we're canceling games again. There was a really great game this Saturday. Ohio State was going to play Kentucky, and I thought this is going to be fun. I know the Flamingo kid is a huge Kentucky fan, and Chuck Armstrong and I, of course, we went to the Ohio State University, so this would all be fun. And now the game's canceled because, somebody or couple kids tested positive. They're suspending people all over the sports leagues now. Are any of these people sick? I mean, how long are we going to do this? This is just beyond stupid, which is, that's the most dangerous thing in the world, is stupidity. And that's what's going on. It's been going on for almost the last 2 years. Just a mass stupid psychosis that's fallen over the earth. How long does this go on? I mean, these kids are all vaccinated. Are any of them fucking sick? I mean, come on. What are you doing? When does this end? I mean, it's a rhetorical question. I told you people when this ends. I told you this last June, I think. June of 20. I told you this ends when you demand that it ends. And we just haven't demanded that it end yet. I'm demanding that it end, but, that's me out in the wilderness screaming at clouds. Old man screaming at clouds. So, I don't know. Are you fed up with it yet? Are you over it? Do you realize it's all been bullshit from the beginning? Do you get that yet? I don't know. Do you? All right, enough of that. Let's go to we only did the College Bowl picks up through Christmas, so we're already running long here, so let's go fast. As if you really care about any of these games. These are all kind of blah games. There's a couple that are spicy that I might actually want to watch, absent having money on the game. You know what I mean? In other words, I got no money on the game, but I click on the game and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll watch a few minutes of this, see if the game's close. That kind of game. Otherwise, it's like, do I have money on it? No. Do I care? No. And you just keep going. So, let's see. Bahamas Bowl. By the time I get this video up, this game will probably be in motion, as it's already Friday, December 17th. That's the day today, Friday, December 17th, if I didn't tell you that already. We got Middle Tennessee State out of the CUSA, Conference USA, against Toledo. Or is it 2? I'm not even sure. I have a big Toledo friend of mine, and I don't even think he watches these videos. Some of my key members aren't even Army personnel. I don't understand that, but we're taking Middle Tennessee. I think one of the keys is that underdogs generally come in these mid-December to pre-New Year's Day bowls, let's call it that. A lot of these favorites are disappointed that they're in these pre-New Year's Day bowls. In other words, we thought we were pretty good. We were angling towards a much bigger season, and now we're stuck playing Middle Tennessee State. Oh, good, Middle Tennessee State. Sometimes, you got to be careful, because favorites, the underdogs don't always come in. So you try to, but you got to think, who wants to be there? That's the key tenet of these bowl games. A team that's much better than another team, in a bowl game, if they don't care, none of that matters. Talent doesn't matter if a team just does not care and doesn't want to be there. So you have to be careful. So we're going to take, there are probably more underdogs in these selections and favorites. So we'll take Middle Tennessee State. the Cure Bowl. I guess that's tonight. I think it's in Orlando. Coastal's had a nice year, just like they had a nice year last year. I think they got to be disappointed with this selection, though. They didn't win the Sun Belt, or did they? I'm thinking out loud here. I think they came up short. I think they, lost a couple key games and did not win the Sun Belt. And here they are at a conclusion of what might be a historic run for them. In other words, I could see them now fading back into Sun Belt mediocrity. Their coach may be leaving at some point. He hasn't left yet, but he's got to be on the list of names of some of these schools that are looking for people. Their quarterback's a senior. He's leaving. So, I can see that team just... And this is how it ends, with a glorious matchup with Northern Illinois. Come on. You got to be disappointed with that. Whereas Northern Illinois, they weren't expected to do anything this year, expected to be bad. And here they win the MAC. I'm pretty sure they won the MAC. I think they won the conference tournament, I think they won it all. So, I'm thinking this is a team that wants to be there. They're pumped up. Coastal, I think, is a little disappointed. We'll take Northern Illinois. Tomorrow, Boca Raton Bowl. I'm going to assume that's in Boca Raton. And this is a pretty good matchup, actually, that starts at 11 a.m. So if you're one of those people where your day starts at 5 in the morning, which is about when I go to bed, but if you're up early, then this is for you. 11 a.m. I mean, get your action going early. I mean, get your seat just as the doors open at BW3's. And there you are. I'm here. I'd like to see you do that. I wonder if you'll be the only person in the place, and they'll look at you like you're from Mars. But I think that'd be kind of cool to do. Just to, I am a hardcore sports betting fan, and here I am. I'm here at the BW3's to watch Western Kentucky and Appy State, damn it. So set up that $3 beer. I'm ready. That's what you want. We're going to take Western Kentucky here. We'll take the 3 points. That Appy State team, that just doesn't... We haven't had a lot of success with them this year. Seems like that's a zigzag team. We play them, they lose. We play against them, they win. I was unimpressed with this team. They used to cover a lot more games. They used to be better when they had some of those guys that went on. Satterfield, he's at Louisville now. Drinkwitz, he's at Missouri. And now this new guy is an NFL guy. And by that, I mean he likes to throw the ball. Appy State, that's not their game. Their game's running the ball, but they don't, if they try to pass with Western Kentucky's going to kill them. So that and I think they will, because that's what this coach is just dying to do. He just, he's too smart to just run the ball all the time. That's boring. Navy runs the ball all the time. I'm smart. I'm a smart coach. I have NFL concepts in my offense. We throw the ball. They try that against Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers going to hammer them. So we're going to take Western Kentucky. Let's see. This bowl's been around forever. This is like actually a real bowl. The Independence Bowl. I mean, if you look up an old newspaper from the mid-'70s, there's an Independence Bowl. I don't know who was in it, but and I think it's in Shreveport. Is that right? Shreveport, Louisiana. This is, here's BYU, and this is, again, how do you, this is a real bowl game, but damn, they're playing UAB. I mean, I'm BYU. I'm used to playing Utah. They played Utah this year. They played San Diego State, I think. Did they? I'm making that up. I don't remember that game, but I do clearly remember they played Utah. I know they played Virginia. They played some pretty, meaningful games. More spam, more crap, more telemarketers. Anyway, we got to take UAB here just because I think BYU's a much better team, but I just don't know how you're into it if you're BYU. This is just such a nothing game for you guys. So we'll take UAB. Apologize for forgetting to turn the phone off. Like I said, I knew I'd make mistakes in this video because it's been 2 weeks since I made a video. I just forgot how to do it. The Lending Tree Bowl, I don't even remember where this is, but it's Eastern Michigan versus Liberty. We'll take Eastern Michigan for no other reason than I think they have a good coach. Of course, Liberty has a good coach too, but no one's heard of the Eastern Michigan good coach, so there might be just that much value there with Eastern Michigan, and you're getting points, so we'll take them. Oh, the LA Bowl. Now, this is a good game. This is a pretty good game. Utah State had a nice year out of the Mountain West. Oregon State, a power team, an actual Power 5 team here early in the schedule. We got to go against the Power 5 team. Utah State is the team that wants this game. Utah State, I'm pretty sure, just got done smashing up San Diego State in the Mountain West Championship. I think that's what happened. Again, I did the handicapping on these several days ago, so I'm going by memory, and it isn't exactly fresh in my mind, but I'm pretty sure the Utah State won the Mountain West, and only getting 7 points here against the mediocre Oregon State team. I think we'll take Utah State. Now, this is an interesting game, the New Orleans Bowl. Lafayette, they're just up the street, a little west of New Orleans, if you didn't know that. That their campus is about a 2-hour, maybe not even, ride down the interstate in Louisiana. So they always seem to end up in this bowl game. They're going to put 20, 30,000 people in that Superdome. I'm going to play it just a little different, though. I'm going to say that everyone knows this. I think everyone knows this, and they're just assuming that Lafayette always wins this game. It's a home game for them, essentially. And I think the players are almost like, oh, we get to play in New Orleans again. The whole program, I think, is just almost old hat. It's like, familiarity breeds contempt, and I think they may just be kind of like, we're in the R&L Carrier game again. R&L always sponsors this game. This is, that's a trucking company. This game is sponsored by a trucking company. Marshall, however, a new coach. He's got to be all excited about going to a bowl game. This is a big challenge for him, playing on the road, but in a historical venue, the Superdome, where Sugar Bowls have been held since the mid-'70s. I think Marshall's going to find another gear, and they're going to play with Lafayette and keep this close. We're going to take Marshall. That's how we're doing that. I seem the money movement just seemed to. I kind of like that too. I think the smart money, the public team is Lafayette. Everyone knows they're the home team. Everyone knows they play well in this bowl or have in the past. So I think Marshall's you're getting almost a touchdown here. Marshall's pretty good. So we'll take Marshall. All right, now we're into next week. The Potato Bowl. This is played up in Boise on their blue field where it'll be about 20 degrees. I just can't see how Kent State's excited about that. Kent State had a pretty nice year out of the MAC. That team was bad for a long time. Now they get a half-decent coach, and they're getting better. But, man, how do you get excited about going all the way out to fucking Idaho, your own private Idaho out there, and you're going to play on a blue field. It'll probably be snowing, and it's 20 degrees. How do you get excited about that? I just think Wyoming it's a little more of a business trip for them. It's like, all right, it's snowing at home. We might as well just go up the road where it's snowing there. And what the hell? It's all, they're used to this kind of deal, I think. Maybe more so than Kent State. I think Wyoming will lay the 3 there. Frisco Bowl. Okay, how many people think this game is in San Francisco? It's not. There's actually a little town, little suburb of Dallas called Frisco, Texas. And that's where this is being played. So this is somewhat of a home game for San Antonio. That's about a 3-4 hour ride up the interstate for San Antonio. To round out just a fantastical season for these guys. And this is a pretty good opponent, too. I mean, in other words, you had a great year, San Antonio. All right, we're not going to quite let you play a Power 5 team, but we will give you San Diego State. It's like, all right, I guess we got to settle for that. Now, it's not a terrible deal. Really, I mean, they beat some power teams in they beat Illinois. They beat somebody else pretty good, too. I forget who. Memphis, I think. So, San Antonio has had just a great year. We're just going to go ahead and take the home team here and say they're going to put 20,000 people in that Frisco Bowl, San Antonio is. They're going to play hard. San Diego State, they're nothing special. They're just nothing special. And I think San Antonio wants to be there more than the Aztecs. We're taking San Antonio. All right, home stretch here. What else we got? We got, like I said, we did this up through Christmas. The Frisco Football Classic, not to be confused with the Frisco Bowl. Oh, guess where this is? That's right, in the exact same place. You got North Texas and Miami of Ohio. Again, a home game. Denton, Texas, that's where North Texas is, and Frisco, Texas they're neighbors. They're you could ride your bicycle between the two places. So home game for North Texas, they're getting points. I think you have to take North Texas here. I mean, that's a game, if I'm the coach of North Texas, I'm telling my players, God damn it, this game is in our backyard. This is where we recruit. If we get our asses handed to us by some team from Ohio, how the hell am I going to go into the living room with some kid from the Dallas suburbs and say, yeah, well, we got an up-and-coming program here in North Texas. He's like, I was at that game. You just got your asses kicked by some team I've never even heard of. By some team, I thought Miami was in Florida, and here I find out that it's up in Ohio, and you got beat by that team? Don't put me in that position if I'm the North Texas coach. So I think they're going to play well. We'll take North Texas. Now this is the cream of the games here on this slate, this early slate. The Gasparilla Bowl. What's the Gasparilla Bowl? That's like a holiday they have down in Tampa. It's kind of like Tampa's Mardi Gras. And it's not bad. It's got a lot of the same themes as Mardi Gras, where alcohol's involved, and I think there are beads involved, and more alcohol. And why would you want to live anywhere other than Florida right now? My God, I wish I could live in Florida. But at the moment, I can't. But I used to. I wish I still did. But, at the moment, I cannot go back to Florida. So, but I digress. We have Central Florida in the games in Tampa versus Florida. Man, I mean, Florida's down. But, it just means more. That's an SEC team. Just means more. And UCF is soon to be a Big 12 team, if you remember that. They're one of the teams moving to the Big 12. So they're not a Big 12 team yet, though. I think you just got to go with Florida here. You got to go with the class. You got to go with the chalk. This is an important game for the University of Florida. You can't let little brother get up on you. I mean, recruiting, You cannot let Central Florida recruit on the same level as you. If you're Florida, you have got to get those premium players in your own southeastern region. You cannot have Central Florida stealing guys, talented, speedy, powerful guys that you would normally get. You can't have that. So you got to beat these guys. You got to put these guys in their place. I just think that's going to have Florida ready to go. I think the Florida program is going to be ready to go for this game. And I think they're not as bad as everybody made them out to be this year. You just had some things sometimes don't go the way you hope they go. And I think Florida will be ready. We'll take them. The Hawaii Bowl, Christmas Eve. We scored earlier this year with Hawaii. With Hawaii as an underdog. We're going to try it again. Why not? That's about all I get there. And then on Christmas, we'll take Georgia State. That team's been on a roll. I think that only laying 4.5 here is a bargain. Georgia State's been on quite the roll in the second half of the year. We'll take Georgia State. So that's all we got there for you. We'll have the rest of the bowl games for you probably before Christmas, because then I'll probably video free for a while. We'll be doing some family traveling, so it's always hard to make videos while you're doing that. And then, like I said, we're going to try to get these college basketball picks to you in some fashion. Not all of them. I'm not going to be doing daily videos. I know that. But we might, 2 videos a week, maybe. More than once every 2 weeks. We'll promise you that. How about that? But great. Hey, we appreciate all you people that stuck through my 2-week hiatus. Everybody that's here now, thank you for being here. Keep, subscribe so you get the little alert when there's a video out there, because like I said, they're not going to be coming out every day. So for you people that are still here, we do appreciate you. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk again. Eric Arnold signing off.